Some loves are not meant to last a lifetime, but they leave echoes that shape the rest of who we become. My first week of practice teaching felt like walking two lives, half student, half teacher. Every morning, standing in front of the class, I'd tell myself, "Come on, Arch, you've prepared for this." But nothing could have prepared me for her. "Missy Alvarez." "Present, sir." Her voice stayed with me long after class ended. I told myself it meant nothing, that I was just new to this, that any student's name would linger. But her name, Missy Alvarez, it felt different. In the faculty room, surrounded by the chatter of seasoned teachers, I tried to plan the next day's lesson. But my thoughts weren't on lesson plans. They stayed in that third section, in the middle row, with her. Then I saw her again, in a place I didn't expect. Not the quiet girl from my class, but someone else entirely. On the covered court, with a rhythmic beat pulsing through the air, she was leading a group dance. Her movements were fluid, free. A quiet confidence emanated from her, and I found myself whispering, "So that's who she is." After the rehearsal, she approached me, a bright, easy smile on her face. "You came." I said I might. She tilted her head, waiting. "Well." "You're good," I said, my voice feeling strangely tight. "You belong up there." "Thanks, sir." The title, "Sir," felt like a wall between us, but I knew it had to be there. I told myself my feeling was just admiration for a talented student, but deep down, I knew it was more. Back in the classroom, she brought that same energy to her studies. During a discussion on poetry, she raised her hand. "A poem's rhythm," she said, "feels like dance steps." That's an interesting perspective. And it was. She wasn't just attentive in class. She was alive in every word, every idea. She saw connections I hadn't considered. One afternoon, after the other students had left, she stayed behind for a moment. "You teach differently," she said, her expression earnest. "It's easier to listen." "Thanks," I replied, feeling a warmth spread through my chest. "I'm still learning." Her words stayed with me all afternoon, a small, private compliment that meant more than any formal evaluation. As she left, I watched her go, a quiet hope blooming inside me that I knew I had to ignore. A few days later, she found me near the faculty office. "Sir, do you like music? You should come watch our rehearsal." I hesitated. "If it's open for everyone, maybe I'll drop by." "It is, covered court. Tomorrow." I told myself I was only going to observe, to support a student's extracurricular activity. It was part of being a good teacher, right? I knew that was a lie. The next day, the setting sun cast long shadows through the gym windows. On the court, Missy danced, her confidence shining brighter than the fading light. Every move she made spoke more than words ever could. She was fearless. Then came the cultural festival. The campus pulsed with life, a kaleidoscope of bright lights and cheering crowds, and there she was on stage, a vision of fire and grace. She owned that stage. The lights glinted in her eyes as she smiled mid-dance, and in that moment she wasn't just my student, she was a star. Backstage, amidst the chaos of performers, she found me. You always say, "good" or "impressive." Her tone was playful, but her eyes were searching. Never more than that. "I'm a teacher," I said, the words feeling like a weak excuse. "We're supposed to be measured." She laughed softly. "Measured is boring. Say what you feel." I looked at her, truly looked at her, and the carefully constructed walls around my heart crumbled. "You were the best one on stage," I said, my voice barely a whisper. That was the moment I crossed a line, and I knew there was no going back. A few days later, a storm broke over the campus. We were in the classroom, the rain tapping a soft rhythm against the windows. The room was dim, quiet. "Do you ever feel like you're living two lives at once?" she asked, her voice soft. I looked out at the rain. "Yes, every day." I thought so. Her question, her understanding, stayed with me long after she was gone. She saw the conflict in me, the student and the teacher warring inside. The semester was ending. One evening, as dusk settled over the school, I saw her waiting by the gate. A soft rain was falling, and she stood under an umbrella, a solitary figure in the fading light. She saw me, and her expression brightened. "Sir Arch, do you have time?" "Yes." That was the moment when the secret began. The first step into a world that was just ours. Some echoes never fade. They stay long after the moment is gone. They become a part of you, a quiet melody playing in the background of your life, and you learn to live with them, to cherish them, because they remind you of a time when love was young. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more. We'd love to have you with us.